and welcome to DCCodingGames.com. This is Medieval Dynasty, and we're going to be talking about how to keep your villages warm and happy in Medieval Dynasty, and the tips and strategies to it. So if you could like and subscribe, that would be really helpful, and it will really help my channel, guys. And also don't forget to check out my website at dccodinggames.com, where you can get the game pass and play this game. Also at the end of the video I'll give a little bonus tip, so please stay tuned. Now let's get into it. So let's go to the management section, and the main thing we're going to be doing today is calculating the wood demand. And I wish I knew this before I started, because this helps you a lot. So the left hand side is what is actually being stored. On the right hand side is what value the villages need. Now talking about value, well, value is related to these four products. Now you have firewood, you have stick, you have log, and you have plank. Now I've put a tick. Now you can tick them all and you can see the storage is going up there. That's because I'm saying that when it gets to firewood, I want that to be prioritized first, but then I want the sticks to be burnt, and then I want the log, and then I want the planks to be burnt. Now at the moment I just want firewood to be burnt because this is the most efficient, and the reason being is it has the highest value. Now to find out value, if we go to our planks, for instance, it will tell you what value it has. So it has +5 wood, and our firewood has +5 wood. So actually firewood and planks have the best value. But the main resource this is coming from is log. So log is +10 wood and stick is +1 wood. But logs and sticks are the ones that actually you don't need anything to make them. You just need the villagers to go out and collect them. So we go back to management and we go to extracting. I've got these wood sheds and I've named them. So I've named firewood, so it just stores firewood. I have log, it just stores log, etc. You'd think, okay, well then I'd store a lot of logs because this is the best resource. Why on earth is firewood at the top? Now no, that's not a good idea, because logs, yes, they have +10 value of wood, but firewood is made from one log, and when it's made from one log it has 5 wood value, but it produces for one log 4 of them, so that means the value is 20. So that has a big impact in what's actually more valued. Now the planks, they only create ×2, but you need both of firewood and planks, because planks can be used for different structures and buildings. Firewood is very specific to heating your villages and keeping them happy and warm. But your main resources would be stick and log. Remember, they're the ones that villagers go out to get, and then the firewood and planks are ones that need to be made by providing a log. So in this section, if there's no firewood left, it won't go to the next one because I've crossed them off. But I'm confident enough that I have enough firewood. Now in terms of I click them all, tick tick tick, then if this runs out, the firewood, then it would go to the stick. If the stick runs out, it will go to the log, and then it will burn off the plank. If you run out of all of them, then the happiness of your settlers' mood will go down, and you'll see a red mark here. At the moment it's fine, there's no red marks, so it's all good. But that wouldn't be good. And then also you'd also see at the top left hand corner, you'd see a red symbol, and if the happiness gets low enough, then the villagers will leave. Now how do we calculate if we've got enough? So if we calculate 3951.90 divided by 5, that's 790, and then we go back to our, because the value of the firewood is 5, so here you'll see 234 5. Now that will times 4, which is 940 per day. So the 790 is enough because we are making 940 a day. Now you might want to leave some over to build campfires in your villages. This is quite good because this keeps the mood up of the villages. For example, I have one here, people are happy, it's all good. So if we wanted to sell off some of this stuff, we just wanted to make sure that we were selling off not too much, we can calculate the 940, take away the 790, and that would leave to 150. We could see here that we could possibly put it up to 150, and then that means you wouldn't have enough to maybe make some campfires and things. So maybe if we do it to 109.50, then we know that we're pretty much safe. Also, another point is to make sure that you're actually extracting enough logs so that the firewood can be made. So we just want to make sure that we're doing that. So that is 272.93 a day plus 552. That's around about 824, and then the firewood will just need 235. So that means we should have enough. 235, 787. That's for the firewood, but then we also have the planks, and that's 123. Take away 123. That leaves us to 664 wood. Now, also for sticks, we are creating 781. But why so many? Well, there's also the woodsheds, and they create and craft different things for the sticks. So you might want to actually go and calculate all this stuff as well. For instance, this requires a stick, so you'd be using 34.29, which is not that much of a great deal. And then the planks, this is using some planks, and then this one is using sticks. Not a great deal, but you can increase this, and this is using quite a lot of planks as well, times 2. So you have to consider all of this. And also, you don't want to find yourself that you create too little and then your resource store will become overwhelmed. If your resource store becomes overwhelmed, like mine is at the moment, it will actually stop running completely, and you'll have all these errors at the top of the left-hand corner saying that you need to deal with stuff. That's because you probably have to check your resource store to make sure it's not overloaded. So that's why it's actually quite a good idea to sell stuff out at the marketplace, because not only will you actually make profit from it, also stop yourself from getting overloaded. And coins don't actually weigh anything, but all the other stuff that you have do. And the next thing would be the bonus tip. If we go to management, we'll also see that there is axe being used. So the axes will be required to chop down the log. Now for 2 durability, I worked out this costs about 5 HP, but it's roughly around that. So 1 durability would be 2.5, and 1 durability for firewood is 1 durability, I think. Yes. And for planks, it's 1 durability. Yes. HP means the actual value of the tool, so the health value. Now, once a health value's gone down to 0, it can't be used anymore. In this game, you can't repair a tool. So you have to keep making these like any other wood or stuff. You'll find their HPs here. So iron knife is 500 and 100 is for a stone axe. So if you had an iron axe, 500 HP. So if we go back to how many logs are being produced, and that was about 824. So each one would be 2 durability, which would be 5. So 824 times 5 is 4120, and then you want to divide by the 500, so you'd want 8.24. So 8.24 axes per day, iron axes per day, you'd be okay. I think for stone axes it's roughly around 20. But then also you need to consider how many planks are being made. So 262 times 2.5, 2.5 being 1 durability, and then divided by 500 is 1.31. So that's around about 9 something. And then your firewood would be 235.15 times 2.5 divided by 500 is 1.17, you know, close to 11. Let's see in our blacksmith how much we're producing. Iron axe 11.97. I'm making around, need around 11 axes, and I'm making 11.97. So it means that I'd be sustainable with that. Now that's only a rough estimate. I don't think there's anything in the game that actually tells you exactly what it is, but it gives you an idea of what you're looking at. I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and I'm looking to maybe doing one on water and food, and then maybe blacksmith tools and sewing stuff. So if you really like this video and you really want to have another video like this, please like and subscribe, and also put in the comments what you thought and what you'd like to see more of.